York asks, with Scheme being on the draft board tonight and possibly having 3 draft picks in a row, how does that affect you guys and your thinking? What do you think it says about VCU basketball? In addition, what was it like playing with Jamie?
Well, I'm very excited for Jamie. And, I mean, for the program, I mean, you know, I guess it shows that, you know, there's high standards here. I mean, you don't have 3 players, you know, being considered for the NBA in a row. Like, I mean, high standards are set here. You know, it just shows up we work hard. In terms of playing with Jamie, Jamie is probably the big that, like, has the best footwork I've ever seen. Like, Jamie has moves for days in the post. You know, you cut off his left, he spins back to his right. You cut off his right, spins back to his left. You cut off both, he turns around, pulls a jumper in your face. Like, or you send him out to the high post, he drives by you. Like, he has moves. Very skilled player, and on top of that, he wasn't conceited or anything, or like, oh, I'm so much better than you or something. Like, he was really like a leader, a good role model. He sat down, you know, worked with us, all the freshman bigs, as well as other bigs on the team, and just a very fun guy to play with.
Matt from Greensboro, North Carolina asks, is there 1 or 2 specific stories from the NCAA tournament that you'll look back and tell your kids one day?
Yeah, one in particular that I'll probably tell is just the Kansas game, just because you know, it was a regional championship. So I mean, that's a good story, and probably Heath, like, in his dance. I know I'll never forget that. Just telling him about how crazy that experience was and how much fun we had. Funnest years, like funnest weeks ever in my life. So I'll definitely tell him the Kansas game and just the entire experience, all the fun we had.
It's funny you just mentioned Heath. Holly from Richmond, our next question, she wants to know, we all know about Heath Houston's dancing skills, but what type of player is he on the court and what impact can he have for the team?
Heath is he's going to be pretty good. Heath's a very physical player. He has a nice, very solid body for being a freshman. He likes to play back to the basket, but he can also step out from mid-range all the way to 3. So he's really he can really kill you from like all spots. He prefers to play low post, but he will step out and shoot the 3. So I mean, he could say you could say he's similar to Jamie in the sense that he could play inside and out. Like, I have a feeling like Brad's gonna have an amazing year next year. Brad is, you know, he's stepping up. He's stepped up as a leader. I mean, he's leading the team right now. You know, he's a guy that everybody looks to. Definitely going to be the go-to guy next year. He's played really well right now in workouts and stuff like that. And he's leading by example. You know, Brad's going to have a really good year next year.
And Alex from Colorado writes, Coach Smart has mentioned strength coach Daniel Roos a lot. I know you spent a lot of time with him last year and probably are this year. What is it like when you're with him, and what does it mean that he's here with the team?
Coach Roos got me right. I mean, came in, you know, 7 feet tall, 226 pounds, got me up to, you know, 250. So he knows what he's doing, and he's the type of guy where you could really talk to him about anything. You know, he's really approachable. And then also when you're in the weight room, like, it's time for business. Like, he doesn't take like nothing. Like, you got to go hard in the weight room. He accepts nothing less than perfection. But he's definitely a very cool guy, and I never really had a strength coach before college, so definitely the best strength coach I've ever had, and he's got to be a lot better strength-wise, and you know, he's got to be better in terms of basketball because a lot of that transfers over to basketball. And
Mike from Ohio, he wants to know, do you have a favorite NBA team, and if so, was there an NBA player that you try to emulate?
Well, I'm from California, so I'm going to have to go with my Lakers, despite the previous playoffs. But I mean, yeah, the Lakers is definitely my team. A player that I try to emulate, I really like Pau Gasol's game. I wouldn't say I try to emulate though, but he's probably like my favorite big. And then I like Dwight Howard. I'd say that I want my game to be more about the lines of Dwight Howard.
And a question from our live chat, Ron from New Jersey asked, outside of basketball and academics, what type of hobbies or activities do you like to do?
Outside of basketball, well, I play the piano, and so I'll do that a lot. I like to draw a little bit. But piano and alto saxophone, basically the two things I like to do the most. I haven't really been able to play the alto saxophone, but I actually just got a electric keyboard, so I have one in my room, so I just play that from time to time and just fool around. And then, I mean, like any other, 18-year-old, 19-year-old college kid, video games, stuff like that, going to the beach, hanging out with friends.
Superfan Pav wants to know, original series or Next Generation? And we're assuming he's talking about Star Trek.
Next Generation, yeah.
And Gene from Richmond, he writes, we got to meet some of your family during the NCAA tournament run. He says they're great people. What does it mean for you to have them around during such an unbelievable run?
It really felt great. They came to, my mom came to all the, all the NCAA games, and she was just really supportive. I was able to, come talk to her before like the game or something, or talk to her after the game, and it just felt good to know that they were there to support me and that they loved me and that they were going to be there no matter what. And I mean, I love them to death. I'm happy that they came to support me like that.
We've got a question on our Cover It Live on VCUathletics.com. This is from Jerry, a follow-up from earlier. What do you think is the biggest challenge for you adding 25 pounds?
The biggest challenge for me adding 25 pounds? The biggest thing that was probably the biggest challenge was actually getting it on. Like, I had to eat a lot, but then in terms of like post, it was probably stamina. It affected my stamina a little bit, but it's not as bad right now. I'm pretty much used to my body now, so I'm getting my agility back up and all stuff like that. So, I mean, now that it's on, like, I feel great. It has more benefits than it had disadvantages.
Another question from our live chat on VCUathletics.com. Cara says, I know school is very important. You talk about being an engineer major, and it's not easy. How do you keep on top of your studies and give your best effort in practice and in workouts?
The thing that I probably do is just organization. You just got to stay organized. That's really the main thing. Because if you're not organized, then you start to get stressed, and if you get stressed, and like things don't go well. So I mean, like I said, I just try to keep that folder around and write stuff in it from time to time, write what I have to do, and also I have a lot of support as well. I mean, when I feel like I talk to my professors, like I ask them if they can help me out, and like my professors they were pretty understanding during the tournament and during season. So I'm just taking care of business.
We got one last question. It comes from Kenny in Chesterfield. It says, I have 2 young sons that are playing basketball and were captivated by the Rams' run in March. What's the best advice you can give to the players that want to succeed at the highest level, both on and off the court?
The best advice I could probably give is, just pursue your dreams and never let anybody tell you what you can do. If you want to be a basketball player at the college level, I mean, go for it. I mean, if you want to, pursue your dreams. I mean, don't let anybody stop you. I mean, the only person really stopping you is yourself. And that would be the best advice. And then also, just understand the importance of academics. Like, basketball eventually is going to end. So make sure that you stay on top of academics as well.
We're just about out of time, but before we conclude today's live chat, we'd like to put DJ in the hot seat with a series of rapid-fire questions. So, DJ, just give us the first thing that comes to mind. The worst exercise that Coach Roos puts you through?
Bulgarian split squats.
Favorite sport other than basketball?
Football.
Which actor would play you in a movie about the Final Four?
Will Smith.
Who's your funniest teammate?
That's between Rob Brandenburg and Heath Houston.
Loudest teammate?
That'd probably be loudest teammate. That'd probably, I'd say, Rico. Rico's kind of loud. Yeah.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
Coke or Pepsi? Apple juice or orange juice?
Orange juice.
Facebook or Twitter?
Facebook. Still Facebook, yeah.
And finally, DJ, morning or night person?
I'm a morning person.
Okay. Well, that concludes our series premiere of our Thoughtful Thursdays live chat on VCUathletics.com. We'd like to again thank everyone for tuning in, and especially DJ Haley for being this week's guest. Be sure to visit VCUathletics.com every Monday throughout the summer as we continue the Thoughtful Thursday series. Next week, we'll be joined by VCU head field hockey coach Kelly McQuaid. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll talk to you next Thursday.